I love Christmas. From the food, to the decorations, to the traditions, but I especially love the crochet projects. And this year, Christmas trends are all over the place. Everywhere I look, I see different holiday aesthetics, but it made me wonder, what would these trends look like in crochet? So today we're taking a tour through the top Christmas trends of 2025, from bright and kitschy 1960s vintage to calm Nordic minimalism, to the cozy Storybook Cottage vibe, and even the viral Ralph Lauren aesthetic that is blowing up on TikTok. And yes, I have found the perfect crochet projects for every single one. So let's head down to my basement craft room because I cannot wait to show you the project that I made for the very first Christmas trend. Let me turn you around. Let's see if I can turn you around. There we go. One of my favorite trends this year is the vintage 1960s Christmas aesthetic. I absolutely love this one. This one is all about fun, bright retro colors with just a little bit of kitsch, but in the best way possible. Think tinsel trees, glass ornaments, and bright colors. This is the kind of Christmas decor that I grew up with, and it holds such a special place in my heart. And I knew that I wanted to crochet something this Christmas, and my mind kept going back to my grandmother's house. And all of my grandmother's Christmas decor had that kitschy vibe, and I absolutely loved it. And as I was thinking about this project, my mind went back to the records that she would play and the movies that we would watch, but I also knew that I wanted something that was very, very simple to make. So I went back to my tried and true granny rectangle blanket, and I absolutely love it. This is one of my hands down favorite projects to make because number one, it is completely mindless. And number two, when you use a worsted weight yarn, it works up so quickly. I did a couple of things to get that 1960s vintage vibe, and the first was my color choices. I didn't just want green, red, and white. I wanted this to be bold, and I wanted it to be fun, and I knew that it would look great here in my craft room. Plus, Premier Yarns was having an incredible sale, so I didn't feel guilty buying their anti-pilling everyday worsted, and these are the colors I used: Sunshine, Baby Pink, Bright Pink, Kiwi, Snow White, and Really Red. I alternated each one of the colors with white because I wanted to keep this really bright and cheerful, and I think it turned out perfect. And there was no rhyme or reason to the alternating colors. I just did what felt great and what I think looked best. But to really make this fun and give it that 1960s feel, I added this pom-pom border. This is a tutorial from Bella Coco Crochet. I have made this border on so many different blankets, and I absolutely love it. I could spend the rest of my life making pom-pom borders on everything, but I do feel like it made this project so playful. I love that little bit of movement, and I used the kiwi color, and I just think it turned out so much fun. And the amazing thing is, this project took me in total 2 weeks to make. I just wanted to work on it all the time. I love a mindless project, and these colors were just giving me life. I was having so much fun. Another project that perfectly captures that vintage 1960s vibe is the Gift of Christmas blanket Made by Anita. I love the pinks and the green with that avocado color, and I recently made her tea with granny blanket, so I highly recommend this designer. She writes beautiful patterns. And what I love is that each one of these squares is just a little bit different, so that it's going to keep this project super interesting. Christmas can be stressful for so many different reasons. The decorating, the gift giving, the traditions, trying to make everything feel magical. But one thing that doesn't need to be stressful is your skincare. As I've gotten older, the quality of the products that I use matters more than ever, especially because I struggle with dryness and fine lines. And that's exactly why I have been loving Typology. I've been using their products for the past few months, and I am genuinely in love. Typology has tinted skincare products, not makeup, and I love how it feels on my skin. One of my favorites is their tinted serum, which is lightweight but still gives you beautiful coverage. It has vitamin C, squalane, and aloe vera, and the key thing is it's not a foundation. Next is their tinted concealer, which has caffeine and niacinamide. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate anything that helps with puffiness and dark circles. And then there's the tinted lip oil, and I am absolutely obsessed. It has vitamin E, squalane, and jojoba oil, so it's nourishing but still gives a little tint. And I'm wearing the shade Black Cherry today. It is the perfect amount of color, and I truly am obsessed. If you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you love, or you want to treat yourself to something special this holiday season, Typology is giving you a free hydrating cleansing milk with a purchase of $40 or more. This is an exclusive offer just for my viewers, and you'll find a link to it in the description box below. Thank you so much to Typology for sponsoring today's video. One of my favorite Christmas movies of all time is Babes in Toyland, and this movie debuted in 1961. Now, this is not a good movie by any stretch. I watched it recently and thought, why did I love this so much? But it does really hold a special place in my heart. And the star of Babes in Toyland was Annette Funicello, and she was the darling of the 1960s. And I found one of the movie posters, and it has nutcrackers, and I found the most adorable amigurumi nutcracker pattern. And they have a total 1960s vibe. This is the Crochet Christmas Nutcracker pattern by Nada, and I love that she made them in the traditional red and green, but she also made them in pink and gray, and I absolutely love them. But what's really wonderful is that Nada has so many gorgeous Christmas crochet patterns in her Etsy shop. I highly recommend checking them all out. I recently learned that the biggest Christmas trend for 2025 is the Ralph Lauren aesthetic. This is a timeless, traditional holiday look. Think rich reds, deep greens, tartans, polished brass, and velvet ribbons. This is the kind of decor that feels elegant, collected, and full of history. You're going to find layered textiles and plaids without anything loud or flashy. It's really the opposite of the 1960s aesthetic that we just looked at. The Christmas plaid throw from Daisy Farm Crafts is the perfect project if you want to achieve this look. It's classic, it's traditional, it will go with any of your holiday decor, and it's going to be a beloved project for years to come. To get the Ralph Lauren look, you're going to want to stick with burgundy or cranberry reds, hunter or forest greens, navies, neutrals like off-white or caramel or chestnut colors. But what's great is that this pattern is also free, and there's a video tutorial. The Bobble Stitch Christmas Wreath Pillow Cover by Patterns by Peaches fits in perfectly with the Ralph Lauren aesthetic because it perfectly blends that traditional Christmas with that timeless texture. The wreath motif, try to say that 6 times. The wreath motif is created by using bobble stitches, and I love that it gives this project so much dimension. I love the deep forest green with that cream background with the red cranberry bow, and I do think that that cream color really does achieve that Ralph Lauren look. I think you want to avoid super bright whites, and you're going for more of those warm neutrals. This is the kind of project that's going to look perfect next to a tartan throw, brass accents, and candlelight. Doesn't that sound like a dream? When we think of Ralph Lauren Christmas, we naturally think of home decor, but we can also adorn ourselves with crochet projects to achieve the same look. The Celtic Garden Braided Cable Scarf by Rebecca Stylings is absolutely stunning. This scarf has a classic heirloom look, and when you make it in hunter green, cranberry reds, winter whites, it's going to achieve that Ralph Lauren palette of sophisticated old world Christmas charm. You could layer this scarf with a long wool coat, leather riding boots, and you're gonna look like you just stepped out of a Ralph Lauren advertisement. We're switching gears, and the next trend is the Nordic or Scandinavian Christmas aesthetic. This one is all about calm simplicity and cozy minimalism. It leans into soft neutrals, cream, warm whites, gentle grays, natural wood, which you can pair with fresh greenery and warm understated lighting. Sounds like a little little piece of heaven. So instead of bold colors or flashy decor, this one really leans heavily into nature, handmade ornaments, and simplicity. You'll find simple ornaments like paper stars, candles, and evergreen branches. And the overall vibe is peaceful, warm, and uncluttered. So if you love that clean, tranquil holiday look with lots of natural materials, the Scandinavian aesthetic is perfect for you. The Nordic Tree Pillow by Megan Makes Do is the perfect example of that Scandinavian Christmas aesthetic. It's clean, calm, and perfectly minimal, and she's using the waistcoat stitch to give the pillow a knit-like look. But it's still crochet. These geometric trees stand out against that gorgeous white background, and this is a very traditional Scandinavian motif that is very understated but visually striking. While the original design uses black for a bold, modern contrast, you could also swap that out for a more Nordic color palette like a gray, a green, or even a muted red. This is the kind of project that instantly brings that peaceful, cozy, inspired feeling to your Christmas decor, plus it's a free pattern. This next one is one of my favorites, and this is the Prancing Deer Crochet Christmas Stocking by Brianna K Designs. This one fits perfectly into that Nordic Christmas aesthetic with that clean color work and those timeless Christmas motifs. The Prancing Deer design feels like it stepped right out of a Scandinavian inspired knitted colorwork sweater, which I absolutely love. I love that it's simple, it's graphic, it's cozy, and I love that she used that oatmeal background with that rusty red and that mossy green. It definitely has that rustic Nordic feel, and you'll also find a free pattern as well as a video tutorial. Nothing says Nordic Christmas quite like a snowflake. And this is the incredible Wintertail Snowflake Crochet Patterns by Draguna on Etsy. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I am absolutely in love with these delicate, intricate snowflakes. I mean, oh my goodness. These are made with size 10 crochet thread, and it's recommended for advanced crocheters. They have that classic lace-like look in traditional Scandinavian holiday decor. And I love that the designer is using an off-white with that frosty blue color. It just feels totally peaceful and timeless. I could see these adorning a Christmas tree or strung across a window as a garland, or even tied onto a wrapped Christmas gift. They bring that soft, natural look that defines the Nordic Christmas aesthetic. And if you love these, make sure to check out the designer's Etsy shop because she has so many different amazing snowflake patterns. Those are absolutely incredible. This next Christmas trend may be my favorite. The Storybook Cottage Christmas aesthetic feels like walking into a cozy winter fairy tale. It's charming, nostalgic, and a little bit whimsical. It's full of handmade touches, soft colors, and decor that feels collected over time. Think warm candlelight, mismatched vintage ornaments, and soft pastels. And you're going to mix that in with muted reds, moss greens, and lots of natural materials like lace, wool, and wood. Everything feels gentle and homey, like a cottage tucked into the woods where Christmas is simple and filled with small magical touches. Doesn't that sound amazing? When I think of a storybook cottage at Christmas, the first thing that comes to my mind is a crochet garland. And the Christmas tree garland from Wild Sunflower Create is absolutely perfect. I love these tiny, softly shaped trees that have that handmade Christmas charm, and I can imagine them being strung across a window at Christmas time year after year. I love that the designer used that soft muted green color. I just think it looks very peaceful. It adds that little bit of storybook magic to your Christmas decor. I think this is where you would layer the garland and ribbon and dried oranges. I just think this one is absolutely beautiful. This next project is from a designer that we have already seen today, but this is the Winter Lights blanket from Made by Anita. This project fits perfectly into that storybook cottage Christmas aesthetic because it leans into that old-fashioned handmade charm that makes a cottage Christmas feel so magical. This was designed by Anita Gibney, and she wanted it to look like twinkling Christmas lights, and she used classic quilt blocks. And this definitely gives it that cozy patchwork feel that is perfect for a storybook Christmas aesthetic. While this is a free download on Ravelry, you are going to need her brand new book, which is called Patchwork Granny Square Blankets blankets to be able to crochet this. I had no idea that she just came out with a book in November of this year, and I'm going to need to get my hands on it. You may have heard me this year talking about my obsession with quilts after I attended H&H America, so this is right up my alley. The Country Christmas Afghan perfectly captures that Storybook Cottage Christmas aesthetic. This blanket leans heavily on that warm cream color base, but she also has pops of those cottage-style Christmas colors like cranberry, sage green, and toasted almond. The combination feels cozy, nostalgic, and a little bit old-fashioned. Exactly the kind of project that you would expect to see thrown over a chair in a cozy little cottage decorated for Christmas. The combination of the patchwork feel and those gentle colors gives it that storybook charm. This next trend is one that reflects my own personal style more than any other one, and it's one that I'm calling the Patchwork Christmas aesthetic. This style celebrates a less than perfect, more heartfelt holiday decor. This is way more what my home looks like during Christmas time. My Christmas tree is full of ornaments that we have collected over the 30 plus years that we've been married, and every time that I put the ornaments on the tree, it is like walking down memory lane because I have ornaments from when we first got married and we first had our children and the pets we've had over the years, and it just brings back so many beautiful memories. And I love this style, even though it's not perfectly coordinated. The colors don't always match, but I feel like it represents our family so well because we're pretty imperfect, but we love each other anyway. The Patchwork Christmas aesthetic really is more about the magic when you are blending all of those family traditions and decor and ornaments that you've collected over the years. It's cozy, it's mismatched, and it's perfectly imperfect. The first is the Crochet Christmas Stocking Pattern Collection from Hand Jan Crochet. This fits in perfectly with that patchwork aesthetic because there are 5 different mosaic crochet stocking designs. The stockings are worked in the round in the overlay mosaic crochet technique, and every single one has its own personality. What I love about this project is that each one of the stockings doesn't have to match perfectly to fit in beautifully, especially with that patchwork aesthetic that I'm calling it. The mix of motifs, colors, and textures creates that cozy, collected over time feel, and that is what a patchwork Christmas is all about. The Christmas Crochet Granny Squares from Cozy Northwoods is the perfect patchwork Christmas project. This collection includes 8 colorwork style granny squares, all using simple single crochet. They feature Christmas classics like a gingerbread man, a Christmas tree, a hot cocoa mug, candy cane, Santa hat, stocking, holly berries, and a sweet gift box. If you've ever been here before, you may know that I love a granny square, and these are no exception. I love that each square has its own little personality and that the entire collection is full of Christmas character. You could turn these into just about anything, like a patchwork blanket, a set of coasters, a pillow cover, pot holders, or even individual ornaments. One of my favorite Christmas traditions is displaying our nativity set. I bought this set so many years ago, back when my kids were little, and they loved playing with each one of the pieces. And now many of them are missing a hand, an ear, the paint is chipped off, but somehow it makes me love it even more. So for me, this next project is really special, and it's the Crochet Nativity Set from Aradia Crochet. She has 5 different collections so that you could crochet the different characters from the nativity story. What I love about a crocheted nativity set is that it allows children to be able to play with the toys and act out the story. Every Christmas Eve, we would get out the Bible and my husband would read the story while the children got to be the different little pieces, and of course they would all fight over who got to be baby Jesus. But I think that it's such a wonderful way for children to be able to act it out, hold the pieces in their hand while they're learning these stories. Christmas looks a little different for everyone, and that's what makes it magical. So no matter which trend you're leaning more towards, I hope that you found something inspirational and that it got you excited to grab your crochet hook. So let us know in the comments section which projects were your favorite and what projects are you working on this Christmas season. But I hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay safe and happy stitching. You're going to achieve that Ralph Lauren palette. of sophisticated, that makes me feel hungry. Yes!